You know what? I wanted to pop on here real quick because I got an attitude of gratitude right now. I'm out back with my corgis and my Frenchies. Pajamas? Give Pancake back the toy. These ding-dongs. I got to jump on here and thank Jennifer M., Timothy W., Laura F., Katie H., Mark K. for becoming members of Supercast. Ooh, it just blesses my heart to no end. Thank you. And if you would like to become a Supercast member, you can do so at mega.supercast.com. We got a special high stream live stream coming up just for our members, and it's going to be so fun. You won't want to miss it. Oh, and you can also gift someone a membership to your very favorite podcast, Mega, for the holidays this year. Doesn't that sound nice? Now you got one thing checked off your list. Head on over to mega.supercast.com, and we sure do love you. Pajamas! It's too close to the electric fence. Hold on.
Mega is an improvised satire from the staff of a fictional megachurch.
We are here, Lord, we are here, and we're ready to podcast.
Hiya, I'm Hallie Labont, and this is Mega, coming to you from Twin Hills Community Church, where every single week we're giving our Mega Church a tiny family feel. We love to introduce you to members of our church staff and people from our community, and I always find it to be a treat and a treasure. And per usual, I'm joined by my co-host. He's the youth pastor for our high school ministry called Climax. Please welcome Gray Haas.
If you look to the sky, up there is my guy, Hallie. How are you?
I am too blessed to be stressed and way too grateful to be hateful. Well, just like our government is looking out for aliens around every corner, our guest today is looking for them in the skies and through Christian eyes. It's my pleasure to introduce author and ufologist Mason McTavish. How you doing today, Mason?
I am just so thankful for being here. Thank you so much for having me tonight. I am looking to the skies. I have my peepers set for intergalactic visitors, which I also call interheavenly visitors, because as we're going to get into, I really think they're one and the same.
Oh, really?
Awesome.
See, that's good, because initially when your booking agent, which I then found out was you, reached out to us about your new book, the thing that stuck out to me about the title in your email was Christian ufologist.
That's right.
And I wanted to make sure that you are a Christian, because to be honest, I get a little uncomfortable with this stuff, even though I know God created the heavens and the earth.
Yep.
And even though
Matthew,
aliens
Mark.
aren't in the Bible, maybe they are.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, Paul, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians. Do you want me to go on?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that all checks out.
Yes. Thank you for mentioning my book. I'm a self-published author. My book is called UFO My Lord.
I love that.
It's a little bit of a play on words. So there's an apostrophe if you're Googling or on your computers right now, which I would advise everybody to do, to look for the book.
Okay.
You can find it at Mason McTavish, angelfire.com.
Okay.
Or you can just make sure you put an apostrophe after the O in UFO My Lord, because the book is about how UFOs are from our Lord. But also, when you would see a UFO, the first thing you're going to say is
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, okay. I was going to say run or something. Yeah.
well, that might be the second thing you say, but the first thing you say is, oh, my Lord. I think that's probably, I like to tell my friends, and that's probably the only time that you can take the Lord's name in vain, is when you look up and you see that. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, and forgive me if this is too personal a question, Mason, but do you think you would run, or would you stay planted and say, beam me up, aliens?
Well, this is a really great question, because this is what UFO My Lord gets into, because the title is a little deceptive. Yes, there are some UFOs that are from heaven, which I believe to be a planet. Okay. And then there are other UFOs that are not from heaven. They are from hell, which I believe to be another dimension.
Wow.
So like an egg, you really got to crack one open to see what's inside.
So you think that, I mean, this is fascinating because, let's get into it because, of course, I am a Bible-based person. And when I think about God creating the heavens and the earth, what you're saying is that it might be possible that there is another planet that God also created, and he created possibly 2 by 2 of different aliens that are coming to visit us? I mean, what do they want, and where is this planet?
Okay, you're getting a little ahead of yourself, and that's fine because these are big ideas, and I know that some of these are challenging and controversial. But I think the kids really like this topic, and one of the things that I thought would be nice to talk to you as a youth pastor is, what better way to get kids excited about the Bible these days than to tell them War of the Worlds is real?
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Star Wars is real. This stuff is really happening. It's really happening right above our heads all the time. There is a war in the skies that is happening between good and evil. And we are merely the audience, and to the victor go the spoils, in which case are our souls.
Yep. That is so true. I mean, there is spiritual warfare being battled around us invisibly constantly. And I am ready to get into it with a scholar, a self-published scholar who knows what he's talking about.
And I am Googling UFO My Lord, and maybe I'm not putting the apostrophe in the right place because I am still having a little trouble. Okay, so it's UFO apostrophe, and then is there an H after after the apostrophe? Is it O?
No,
no.
H.
Okay.
UFO, like the object.
Okay.
And then apostrophe, my Lord.
Okay, got it.
So there's actually no Y either. I forgot to say it in the title. There is a Y. I couldn't get that domain name. I don't know what happened. So it's just UFO My Lord.
I tried to put it on my phone, and then it went to something at the University of Florida.
That, I think, is the domain name that I could not get.
Okay.
So if you just search, if you're listening at home and you're having the same problem, just search Mason McTavish angelfire.com.
Okay. What's the Angel Fire part?
Well, Angel Fire is how I got started. That was my blog when I was a teenager.
Oh.
And I really started to get into this idea of crashed flying saucers. Now, maybe you've heard of Roswell.
Yeah, what is that? People talk about it. Yeah.
Now I don't know where to start you to, because I'm being pulled in all sorts of different directions. But let me start at the beginning. Okay. So when I was a little boy, I remember walking into the kitchen and asking my Mommy, why don't people talk to angels anymore? How come we don't hear angels? Ooh, yeah. How come no one is having visions?
Yep.
And my mommy took a sip of her coffee, and she said, well, and then she just looked out the window, and she never really finished that thought. So,
oh, wow. Okay. What a story.
Still thinking about it.
Yeah. Yes. And I said, well, I guess I have to go find the answers for myself.
Yes, sir.
And I started to think about how, well, wait a minute. No one's talking about having visions of angels or gods anymore. But you turn on the TV in the 1990s, and all you ever heard was people being visited by alien grays at night, seeing bright white objects in the sky, hearing disembodied voices telling them things. And I thought, aha, we are having visions, but they aren't what we thought they were. They are aliens that are angels, and UFOs are messengers from the heavens. So I started putting all of this together, and I even looked to the Bible. Now there is now let me get to Angel Fire for a second. So angelfire.net was my very first project to sort of unpack all of these ideas. And one of the most alarming things, and you already brought it up, is how our government is shooting down UFOs to collect their technology.
Oh, good.
Whoa.
Now, I call that is Project Angel Fire, because they're literally shooting down angels here.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, no.
And this is something that we really need to examine, because that's not, this is bad stuff. So think about all the missed messages we've gotten from heaven when our government is shooting down these UFOs.
Whoa.
Now, again, the government can't be totally blamed for this, but this is also why they're covering it up, okay? Because they're shooting down angels. And if word got out that the government had angels in their military bases, people would be very upset about this.
Do you think they actually have some of these angels in the bases?
Oh, yes. They have anywhere between 50 to 200 angels right now in the possession of the U.S. government alone.
Really?
Okay, so Project Angel Fire was my attempt to start uncovering all of this stuff. It all started with Roswell, of course. That was the first angelic vessel that we shot down. But in that case, and this is why I can't totally blame the government, inside of that UFO were not angels. Those were alien grays, which are demons.
Really? I mean, I don't see color, but that's really fascinating.
Well, alien grays are just gray, so if you saw any light on the spectrum.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
I turned off news altogether.
I hate to say it, but I don't trust much of anything.
It's the rage bait.
It feels like it's trying to divide people.
If we got clear facts, maybe we could calm down a little.
NBC News brings you clear reporting. Let's meet at the facts. Let's move forward from there. NBC News, reporting for America.
It would be sort of in between bright and dark.
Oh, I'm just talking about race. I don't see race.
Oh. Well, I don't know if we can exactly call them a race. They are infernal creatures created by Satan himself. So, yes, I think it's okay to hate alien grays because they're here to torture, study, and ultimately take our soul.
Oh no!
Well, and again, I am I'm sorry, I am googling UF. So is the apostrophe?
Sorry, I have gas.
That's fine. So is the apostrophe? It's UF. Oh, because then it's another website came up that I do not think it because UFO My Lord .com. That is not something positive for anyone. Just yes. Oh, okay. So I think what you're missing. This is my bad. It's UF. It's just the letter U, not YOU, because I just put in UFO My Lord.
No, it is YOU.
Oh, it is. It is. Okay.
Sorry, that was, again, domain names were very tricky with this one, so I had to sort of cheat it. So it's YOU.
With an apostrophe. That is a challenge, isn't it?
It is, but that's one of the only ways I could get it. Sorry, I have gas.
Oh, I'll put you on the top of my prayer list.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll get to that, but this is an important subject because I do feel like aliens, and if you go on TikTok these days, people are always going, I saw a weird cloud, that's an alien. I saw this, that's an alien. Are they aliens or in your case, angels, or are these deep fakes? Because these days, if it's anything that I don't like, I will say, that's a deep fake. You know what I mean? Or if I don't agree with.
Well, I think, I've been accused of deep faking myself because I have a collection of videos. I can go out into my garden anytime I want to and look up and actually summon these things.
Really?
It's well, with the power of prayer, you can summon.
You can do anything.
Yep. You can do anything.
Yep.
So I've been accused. Now, I haven't seen anything as elaborate as a giant cloud, but I have seen lights dancing in the skies, and I've been accused of deep faking. So I just ask everybody with this subject to keep an open mind. And I kind of want to strike the term alien altogether from the record because alien is synonymous with angel. Okay. But again, some aliens are demons, so it gets a little tricky. But I can tell you how to tell them apart. Okay.
Oh.
So you have your grays, your alien grays, which are demons, and then you have what we call the tall whites.
Oh, good.
In traditional UFO circles, they are called the Nordics, and in the Bible, they are referred to as the Nephilim.
Oh, yes.
Awesome.
Yes. Is this ringing a bell now?
Absolutely.
Yes. I know the cherubim and the seraphims.
Thank you very much. Those are all different orders of angels, and these are also orders of tall whites or Nords or Nephilims that will come visit us. Wow. So you'll know the tall whites because they're tall, they're very good looking, and they usually have blonde hair.
Oh, great.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And those are what we call also angels in the Bible. Now, I want to point to a specific story from the Bible, the book of Ezekiel, Ezekiel's Wheel. Have you all heard of it?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Now, this is a vision that Ezekiel had. He was in the land of Babylonia, and he was sent a vision by the Lord, which was a UFO. He looked up into the sky, and he saw these angelic beings, which I think are hybrids, with human, cow, eagle, and lion faces, and 2 sets of wings. And they were being moved around on the set of Wheels Within Wheels, spinning wheels within wheels. What does that ring a bell?
It sounds like Revelation to me.
Well, it was for Ezekiel, but I'm saying this was a UFO. And he said that the center of this thing burned like bright glowing metal, and it had eyes all around, which eyes are, what else do you use to see?
Lights.
Exactly. Okay. So little lights in the shape of eyes.
Okay.
And in the center was a being that spoke to him that he believed was the Heavenly Father, but he said from below the waist, it was all flame. And from the top up, it was like burning metal. I think he saw a robot that was sent from heaven, a planet on the other side of our sun. And, he said, you got to get to Israel. You got to help out those Israelites, Ezekiel. And that's what Ezekiel did. So there's evidence for this in the Bible. The Bible also talks about, now, don't get me started, but the Bible also talks about the Nephilim being the children of the Son of God and the daughters of Adam, daughters of man.
Yeah.
So these Nephilim are also human and alien or angelic hybrids, giants.
Oh, yeah.
And that's in the Bible. And guess who the most famous one of them all is?
Goliath.
That's right. Really? And the second most famous is Andre the Giant.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. From Princess Bride, which is a very wholesome movie.
Now, that is an example of a modern day Nephilim who went on to have a great career and is beloved.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And it's not surprising to me. I always love it when we find out God is so much bigger than we think, that the universe is so much more interesting than we think. And I guess my only question is, when we're talking about things like Nephilim and giants and all these amazing ideas, which, I find a bit, I don't have a lot of time to think about that stuff because honestly, I'm really busy right now.
Well, thankfully, that's all I have.
Yeah. But what I'm wondering is, at the end of the day, when I'm Googling the book, is the apostrophe, do you mean comma? Because at this point, I've put it after each letter, and none of them are returned. And I'm just trying to make sure that our listeners.
Well, let me pull it up on my
or maybe you could just
laptop
write it out on
here.
This piece of paper.
Why?
Well, I'll tell you. I actually have a pen here, and it literally fell apart in my hands.
Yeah.
So I can't. You're gonna have to. Okay, I'm gonna have to dictate it to you.
Okay.
So Y.
Okay, so it is a Y.
Start at the beginning of the search bar, first of all.
Okay.
And then
delete anything you have in there.
Okay, so there's no
Can you clear your search history? That might help.
Yeah, I do that every day.
Or your cache.
Yes.
Okay, Y O U capital F.
Okay, so were those lowercase?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so it's a lowercase YOU than a capital F.
Yes. Sorry, I thought that was obvious
before.
Okay. I think we're figuring out the problem here. So lowercase YOU F.
Got it.
O, capital O.
So again.
So lowercase O, then capital O.
See, that would have helped because when you're switching cases here mid URL, I feel like people aren't going to pick up. So
it was a domain name thing. It was a domain name thing. My daughter is into computers, but I can't,
Yeah.
She set that up for me.
Right. Okay. So capital F, capital O.
No, capital F, lowercase o, capital O.
Okay. Okay.
Apostrophe.
Okay.
What was the name of? Now I'm confused.
And then M-A. Lord.
No. Sorry, I have gas.
I'm sorry.
M,
as far as I can tell,
lowercase
right now I've spelled
M.
UFO.
Well, it's more like you. I got bubbles in my chest, and I don't know why.
It's the evil one.
I just think UFO, when you spell YOUFOO, no matter what caps it is, or, it looks like UFO, and that might be the issue.
Well, the important thing is just type in the name of the book, which is UFO My Lord.
Okay.
I would like to help you. My pen is broken, so I will send your listeners a link. How's that? What? Can you give me an email list of your listeners?
Yeah,
that would actually be very helpful for me. Can you forward me your email list?
Actually, well, we'll talk about that, Hallie. Anyway, yes. For those who are listening, just check out UFO,
Lord.
No, apostrophe.
Okay, right, apostrophe.
Yes.
And I guess my other question is, when you're praying, and you are looking up to the sky, what kind of prayer are you saying to get the type of angel/aliens that you want to see and not the ones you don't want to see?
Oh.
Well, this is the thing. You can't be the judgment of what you receive. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like Christmas. Mm-hmm. Did you know that actually Christmas gifts are symbolic of the UFO phenomenon?
Really? Whoa. What do you mean?
Well, this is how this tradition got started, actually, is you wish to a being that lives in a magical place where there are elves, little creatures, and he flies around in the night sky with a bright red light at the end, at the tip of his vessel, his heavenly vessel. And you say, Santa, I would like a new toy train set. But depending on whether you are good or bad, you may or may not get what you want.
That's right.
So really, UFOs are like these Christmas gifts that we
all love a legendary comeback, and Degree Original Cool Rush is back and better than ever. Cool Rush isn't just a scent, it's a movement, a fan favorite that delivers bold, fresh vibes and all-day sweat protection. Whether you have a man that spends hours in the gym, heads into the office early, or is just trying to stay fresh on a long day, Cool Rush has their back. Head to your local Walmart or Target and grab Degree Cool Rush, the fan favorite scent from the world's #1 antiperspirant brand.
Introducing Meta Ray-Ban Display, the world's most advanced AI glasses. With a full color display built into the lens of the glasses, it's there when you need it and gone when you don't. Send and receive messages, translate or caption live conversations, collaborate with Meta AI, and more. Be one of the first to try Meta Ray-Ban Display. Visit meta.com/Meta Ray-Ban Display to book a demo and find your pair.
Wish for. So you just got to wish, and then you hope you've been good enough to get what you want.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
You say, I wish you'd send me an angel. That's what you do. Mm-hmm. And you visualize. What you have to do is you sort of like visualize where you're standing in Google Maps, and then you have to visualize where that angel might be in heaven right now. Mm-hmm. And then you have to sort of use the wish as a tether to connect your 2 points in the space-time continuum. And then you are ready to receive. And you may get a good thing, you may get a bad thing. There might be a tall white in there, there might be an alien gray in there. You can't dictate what the message is going to be. You know what I mean?
How prayer works? Sometimes God says yes, sometimes God says no, and sometimes God says just wait and see. And, for anyone who thinks any of this sounds crazy, I just want to remind you that the Bible promises us that any minute now, all of us who believe are going to go shooting through the stratosphere on our way to heaven as Jesus returns with a glorious trumpet sound. And, you know, I worry a lot about whether or not my clothes are going to fly off and I'm going to not be modest while I'm shooting through the stratospheres. I think about it a lot. And I'm so glad to have a scholar and an expert here who can talk to me about heaven, because I know I'm going to show up at those pearly gates and I have never known exactly where heaven is. You mentioned maybe heaven is in another dimension. Maybe it's everywhere. Maybe it's a planet. Do we have anything pointing us to what heaven might actually be?
Yes, heaven is on the opposite side of the sun from our planet.
Yeah.
That's why we refer to Jesus as the Son of God, because it's S-U-N, actually. It's not S-O-N. Now, yes, he was the Son of God, but he's also the Son of God. That is a clue to point towards where heaven is. It's on the other side of that celestial object that gives us all life that we can't see.
And so is heaven also moving around the sun? I'm just trying to...
Yes.
Oh, heaven is moving around the sun.
We constant we're in the same orbit.
Oh,
so it's
really?
just on the other side of the sun. So we'll never see it on this plane, but when we die. And I also want to tell you about, I know everyone was, as well as I was, disappointed with what didn't happen on September 23rd.
Yeah.
But I do want to address the clothing issue, because the good news is now when we ascend, we will be beamed up by these flying saucers, by the tall whites. And don't worry about being naked, because they have silver jumpsuits for everybody in there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. This is a huge relief, because I've been wearing a nude colored skin tight bodysuit in case my, flowing linen Chico's outfits go flying off from the sheer speed.
That skin tight suit, that's going to fly right off you too. So you're going to have about, I would say, a minute to maybe 5 minutes of nudity. They got to hand out all the suits. So it's about a minute to get up into the craft. And then they have to file everybody in, one by one. But they dim the lights inside the craft so no one can really see. And then they will take you into a changing room, an exam room. First of all, they do exam you to make sure that they picked the right people, because if you're a bad egg, you get tossed back down.
Yeah, we don't want any Democrats on the ship. Okay.
Exactly. We know how they run things. So you'll get a silver jumpsuit and then you're good to go. And then you just beam around the other side of the sun and you're in heaven.
How many light years or minutes will it take to get over to that side?
It's surprisingly not too bad. It's about 65 minutes to get there.
Oh,
that's
fantastic. That is.
Yeah.
And that's better than honestly, that's better than a flight to Chicago.
Well, you know how when Christ was crucified, he turned to one of his neighbors and said, "Tomorrow you will be with me in heaven."
Right.
Because it doesn't take that long to get there.
Yeah. Well, you've got me thinking, Mason, honestly, it might sound a little wild for people to hear that, like, are aliens angels? Is it one and the same? Is it this? Is it that? Well, you've got me thinking about the story in Genesis, in the Bible, in the Old Testament, about Lot and his family were visited by two angels. Here they are in Sodom. They're just hanging out in Sodom. At this point, Sodom's just a regular old village. You got your butcher, your baker, your candlestick maker, and Lot's got a couple of young daughters. And the next thing he knows, the Bible says two angels knock on his door, and they're so good looking that everyone in Sodom surrounds the house and says, "We want to have sex with your visitors." They must have been tall whites and very attractive. And then Sodom went from being just a regular place with butchers and bakers to burning down because they were trying to sleep with these angels. Luckily, Lot said, "Take my daughters, have your way with them, because I got to protect my visitors." I mean, those could have been alien. That makes me wonder, should we? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just get it. I got excited.
It just makes me extrapolate it out to nowadays where, I thought it was a good thing that we were rounding up illegal aliens in America and getting rid of them. But what if some of these people are angels?
Well, we know if they were angels, if they're tall, white, blonde hair.
Okay. Phew.
And you brought up a couple interesting points in that story. When we hear about fire from heavens or all that those are just laser beams from the flying saucers that are decimating these biblical towns. So anytime you hear the term struck by lightning or any of these things that God smoting or smiting or any of that stuff, that's when a craft or a mothership just comes down and lays waste to everything.
Whoa.
And then I want to point out, we haven't even brought this up, the most important UFO in the Bible so far was on the Nativity, which is, of course,
the star in the sky that the Magi followed was UFO. Oh, my Lord.
That's right.
The wise men probably said, my Lord, we're going to Bethlehem.
And I just want to point out that if you do go to UFO, this is something to do with Mr. T is the first thing that comes up, and it just says UFO. And then my Lord. And so I just want to point out that to everyone that the caps is an issue from before, because if you do the wrong caps, it is a Mr. T. This says it's a Mr. T fan site, and it just says, I pity you, Fu, my Lord.
Okay, I'm trying to write this down for you.
Yeah,
I just grabbed this. It's actually an eraser. I didn't even know I had one of these in my desk.
Oh,
I don't either. We'll find it. Don't worry. I'll send, if you give me the email list of all of your listeners, I will send out links to purchase. Well, there's a couple things. I know we're getting short on time, so there's just a couple things that I wanted everyone to be aware of. I do have another book coming out soon. It's called Nepho Babies.
Oh.
And this is a book all about people that I think are, you've all heard of Nepo babies, but these are people that I think are actually Nephilim human hybrids.
Uh-huh.
So just name some people and I'll tell you whether or not they're a Nepho baby.
Oh, AOC.
No, she's a whore of Babylon.
Okay. Mel Gibson.
Nepho baby.
Taylor Swift.
Whore of Babylon.
Michael W. Smith.
Nepho baby. Actually, both parents were Nephilim.
Hillary Clinton.
I think we all know the answer.
Well, would you be shocked to know she is in fact a Nepho baby, but she was from a fallen Nephilim. She's the product of a Nephilim and an Anunnaki. And the Anunnaki are the shape-shifting reptilians, or the Dracos, that are helping the Democratic Party infiltrate the world.
Now that makes perfect sense.
I'm Holly Laurent playing Hallie Levant, and that over there, that's Greg Hess playing Gray Haas. If you would like the Mega VIP treatment and listen ad-free, just go to mega.supercast.com. We would love it if you did. Become a member. Do it. It'll feel so good.
Speaking of Supercast, it's a great time to join. There's a free trial, and that is the best way to make sure that Mega keeps going. You know, you'll get your 4 to 6 episodes per month ad-free, including a behind-the-scenes podcast that we make. And really, it is the way we keep going. So please consider a Supercast membership. A very special thanks to our founding members. That's Bobby and Betty, Nana and T-Pop, Adrian O, Kristen A, and Anonymous. You know who you are. See you next time.